Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Viviana and I have been sharing with you all about my prep. I am now 7 weeks out or 7.5 weeks out to the show that I plan on doing, and here are my weekly updates.
Miss Viviana, okay, so my only concern right now is that we've been on these low days for about a month, right? And so we've seen some pretty significant progress. But I'm also just wanting to take a recovery week. We need to set you up for the final push. And that means food's going to come up, cardio is going to come down. I think it will actually allow you to get leaner. Your recovery, your sleep will get better. I know you said everything is great, but with your cycle kind of intermittently sticking around, that's an indicator to me. Ultimately, I want to bring you in the leanest you've ever been, but a lot of that means we got to take care of you through the process. So it's already Tuesday, so we're not going to do a full week, right? We're going to go starting today through Sunday with the plan below, and then we're going back to our current plan.
So we are stopping at Buc-ee's. We actually had to get a flight because one of my husband's family passed, and so I just got out of work, packed, and got as much as I could ready for the trip. And so we are gonna be going to Nebraska. I'm from Austin, Texas. And then we'll see how things are as far as like how I can do training or when I come back and my meals and all that stuff. Aquí tengo mi cafecito. Y aquí tengo mi protein. Entonces los puse en bolsitas. Y me dejaron pasarlo. Este es mi dessert. Good morning, everybody. So we are here in Nebraska. We made it here for a funeral. And I did bring my scale. There were changes in my nutrition and my cardio, and so we need to see how that goes with the changes. And so I just weighed myself and there's no change, so we'll see. So Here I am at the grocery store and getting the things that I'm going to use for the few days that I'm here to cook if I need to and to kind of prepare my meals. We are on our way to, I think Planet Fitness is the closest one. So we're going to see if we can train there for today, tomorrow, and the next day. Okay, so we found a Planet Fitness close by where we're staying. I'll be honest, I was afraid to take off my sweater because of all the signs that were there. No tank tops, no water mugs, no, I can't even remember all the rules. So I'm sweating. My sports bra is under here and I couldn't take it off. I just kind of put my sleeves, removed like under my sleeves, but that was it. So it's hot, but it's okay. We got it done. Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to share with you where I think I'm going to be doing my protein pancakes here. So as you can see, there's food everywhere. I've been surrounded by food and that's okay, but I also want my own. And I'm going to be making my protein pancakes. And of course, we went grocery shopping and I have to be quiet because people are sleepy. And there's a lot of people here. Okay, so we got the pancake in there. Now we're gonna make another one, kind of to be prepared. I'm drinking my cafecito out here, and then people are all starting to wake up. I couldn't record because they were sleeping everywhere, and then now can't because they're awake and they're everywhere. I mean, family, my husband's family, but today is, well, yesterday was the celebration of life for my husband's aunt, and then today is the funeral. We plan on spending some time with the family tomorrow, and then we're heading back home. So I will try to see how much as far as I can update on my you know, my prep, my meals, but you guys saw some of it. Yeah. I cannot lie. Where's the carnita? Wow. How much you like this? This is how people. Okay, wait. Shut up. Okay. This is absolutely crazy. Good morning. It is Friday, and it is our last complete day here in Nebraska. We're on our way to Planet Fitness. This will be the last gym session and cardio here, and then I will have a rest day tomorrow. And possibly, I think it's 30-minute cardio that I have tomorrow, but no training. So we'll see how it goes, and then we'll kind of get ready for the family time with my husband before we head back to Austin. We'll be traveling, I think it's like at 3 a.m. that we have to be there at the airport, and our flight is at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So here we go. Okay, so we're done with our training. Now we're heading over with family, and I'm assuming they're still sleeping because they went to sleep really late, but we shall see. I know they're cooking a lot of food today. Tortillas and
chicharrones.
good breakfast. I did buy some low-calorie tortillas for myself in case, but I do have my protein pancakes, my egg whites, and my vegetables ready.
Make sure you save me some, okay?
So okay, so we made it to Texas. Our flight was this morning. We had to be at 3 a.m. at the airport, 5 a.m. flight, and we got to Dallas, and now we are driving to Austin. We stopped at Buc-ee's and got some coffee. I ate my first meal was protein pancakes, and then my second meal I had some egg whites, cheese, and that was it. Now we're ready to go home. I am tired and we have to get ready for the week for work. So today I think I only have 30 minutes of cardio, and then tomorrow, Sunday, starts my week. So I will start training and doing everything I have to, just like I do when I'm home. Okay, so we are back home from Nebraska. I'm here doing my cardio. You guys saw that there were changes during my check-in, so we're doing less cardio and more food these past days. But we did the best that we could. It was helpful to have recovery days, but we're now back home and we're back to our high cardio days and low calorie days. But we're excited because it is time to push. So we are going to get ready for the week, meal prep, and it's time to get ready for work because I have to get back to work too. So it's going to be a lot of challenges. It's going to be a hard work. It's going to be good. We're ready for the challenge. So here we go. Okay, everybody. So made it home, and this week was a little different. So I shared with you this week my usual updates. I checked in on Tuesday, but then I also shared with you that my husband got notified that one of his aunts passed away, and so we had to fly to Nebraska and for him to support his cousins and his uncle and family, right? So we just kind of like got whatever we could together. Then we had to drive to Dallas because that's where we found a ticket from Dallas to Nebraska, and so we drove there after work. I shared with you that I stopped at Buc-ee's to change and from my work clothes. Then we head to the airport. We spent some time there in Nebraska and then came back. Obviously, I'm on prep. I am going to try everything that I can to follow my plan. And that's kind of like the mentality that you have to have when you are an athlete or when you compete. Things are going to happen always. Like life keeps going no matter what you're doing, right? And so you just have to keep that in mind. So I'm going to do whatever I can, whatever I have control, do as much as I can to make sure that I'm following the plan, right? And so that's what I did. I shared with you, we found the closest gym. We found the closest grocery store so that we could make sure we would get the training in, the cardio in, to make sure we had, I was having some groceries for my meals. So that's kind of like the challenges that come when you're in prep, because life events and things don't stop. So you have to, control what you can. You can't be prepared for things like these, but you can be prepared for most things, right? And so the meals that I already had, I took with me my protein pancakes, some eggs. When I went to the grocery store, I bought some frozen vegetables, foods that I already consume so that I can take on the go, rice cakes, things like that. And so that worked out really well. Now on Tuesday, when I checked in, there were some changes, and I did report on my update to my coach what had happened, and so that I could, let him know what was going on, and that I was going to try my very best to make sure that we did everything we could. Well, it turned out that I had a recovery week or days, and so my cardio went down this week, and my food went up, my calorie intake. So that was helpful, while traveling with family and having more calories and having less cardio, less time in the gym. So that helped out. Now, the calories went up and the cardio went drastically low, I would say, because I was doing 120 minutes and it went down to 30 minutes. We are kind of working with that at the moment. And then you heard the feedback where at the end of the week, I'm going to finish with this new, plan, and then start again with my low calorie days to high carb days, and back to my cardio 120 minutes. And that's going to be now like the push, right? We are getting a break of recovery week, which I've previously had, and either I lose weight or I feel so much better, and then kind of like that's the resting of the body and getting it ready to do that push that we have to do, where the calories are going to come down and the cardio is going to go up, and it'll be, already I've rested, had some recovery weeks, and so now we're just going to push really, really hard to see how lean we can get, how conditioned we can get, so that we're ready for the show. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you that you may or may not notice on the video, my coach says, you're doing really well and things are changing. Our weight measurement, things have been going really well, but I need a recovery, right? My thought is, and this happens, like I've said previously in other videos, are you want to push harder, you want to be lean and conditioned enough for the show, and you don't sometimes realize how your body is doing, and you just don't feel it's enough, or you still have more to go. And I do, but I'm very honest with myself. And so one of the things that it's helpful to have a coach is that, yes, you want to be hard on yourself, be honest with yourself, but that person that's also telling you, hey, you need a recovery. And yes, there is progress. So hold on and let's get recovery week, and then we'll start pushing again. So yes, I feel that I'm very honest and very, I push myself to do certain things, but I also like that there's that, other person that makes sure that, hey, yes, you're on the right track, but you need to hold off. Let's get you recovered so that we can push hard now for the next weeks that are to follow. That was one thing. And then the other thing is that I had previously mentioned that I had gone to my doctor, my labs, everything was good, but I have been having an irregular menstrual cycle, and depending if you have like like myself, an IUD and a contraceptive device, it has side effects, and one of the side effects is irregular menstrual cycle, and then eventually you lose your cycle. But also, when you are in bodybuilding, depending on how lean you are, a lot of times women lose their cycle, right? And so those are things that happen that haven't happened to me. And again, I go back to being in this, or my first prep, almost 13 years ago. Now, the thing that I noticed is that the coach, did say, okay, regardless of what's going on and everything's going well, when we see that there's an irregular menstrual cycle, and you don't have to be, you know, you don't, it's not rocket science, it's irregular. And a lot of the times when that happens is when your body gets leaner. Women, you know, hormones change, and your menstrual cycle is one of them that's going to be, you know, having changes, whether it's going to come down to where you maybe don't get it, or it's going to be regular. And so one of the things that I reported, and again, it's because of the kind of check-in that you do, you want to make sure that you report these things. And I said, hey, for the past 3 weeks, my menstrual cycle has on and off, right? Been on and off, irregular. And so right there, red flag. Okay, I know everything has been going well, but if we notice these things, that means we need a break, right? So you want to make sure that you're also paying attention to these things. It's not just the physical, being fatigued, being hungry, you know, soreness, things like that. Because again, as your body is you know, pushing, or you're pushing it harder with less food, you're going to notice these things. Your body's going to get weak, and it's going to start responding a certain way. So you have to be paying attention to those things. And that's why it's very important that you, you know, report all these things when you're doing your check-in, when you're a competitor, because all of these things matter. Now that, you know, I checked in and those were my changes, I then had some time. You know, I found a Planet Fitness that was close by. I did share with you that, you know, it was different, and I think it depends on the city and the state that you go, because I've seen here in Texas, Planet Fitness, and people can wear, you know, a tank top and it's okay, or certain things that I know there's signs everywhere that you can't wear a tank top or a sports bra and things like that. And I'm so used to, you know, going to the gym, and having my training attire, a sports bra and tights, and you can't do that at certain Planet Fitness, right? So just a little uncomfortable, because you get there, I was cold and I had my sweater, but then it gets warm, right? It gets hot as you're training and doing your cardio, and I couldn't take off my sweater. I just, you know, took my hands out of the jacket or the sweater because I was sweating. And so it was just, you know, not the best or ideal, or at least for me, but I got it done. I did my training when I had to get it done. I did my cardio when I had to get it done. And again, it was helpful that it was only 30 minutes that I had to do cardio versus, you know, 120 minutes or 2 hours, which it's time consuming, and I'm going back to it. But during this week where we had to be going to the celebration of life, to the funeral, to the gatherings, to all these things that happen when there is a, you know, a death in the family. So it's a challenge, and you kind of have to get yourself prepared as best as possible when you're on prep, so that you make sure that you try your very best to continue that progress, or continue that prep, because you've, you know, come this far. I know that it's always something. About 2 years ago, this happened the same, but with my mom, that she had a stroke, and I had to, you know, fly to Virginia to see my mother. She was, you know, in the ICU, and so canceled. This was like a few days till the show. Canceled the show, came back, and then got back on the show. The promoter allowed me to compete. You know, so you can only control what you can, but you want to try to do the best that you can, and try to plan as much as you can, so that you can continue, your plan, right? You, if this is what you want, if you want to compete, and if you've been working so much for this, right? It's a personal satisfaction. So it was a different kind of week, you know, but we got it done. Now we're gonna start the push after this recovery week, and we'll see how things go. I'm gonna check in on Tuesday. In 2 weeks, my birthday's coming up, so we'll see what's gonna happen as far as my plan, because I do plan to travel for my birthday as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for what's coming, and I'm always trying to be as positive as I can as things come up in my life and situations happen. But it is what it is, and we're gonna try the best that we can. And I'm, you know, doing what I can to make sure that I try to stay within my plan. And of course, that goal, that is to get on stage and compete in November. So thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully on Tuesday when I check in, I can have updates and things can go a little back to normal. I mean, whatever normal is, because during the week it was not only different, but I was getting calls from work, and it was a mess. But anyways, we'll get back to meal prep, back to work, back to 120 minutes of cardio, back to 5 low carb days and 2 high carb days, and then we'll check in on Tuesday and we'll see what next. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you next time.